Well, good morning everybody and welcome back, and you best believe that if it is out there, we will find it wrapped up around that thing. Alright, so carrying on from last episode, we had the big bearing failure here on the spreader, so I'm going to try and fix that this morning. I got some bolts, a new bearing, and we're going to try and there's only what's in the spreader and maybe half a fill over there, so there's not much to do. Try and get that knocked off, and then I think this paddock here, we're going to try and get this seeded today / tomorrow morning, because we are expecting rain for 2 or 3 days starting from tomorrow. But if we can get this one done, it only leaves the flat down there to do, and that's all. Then we're done with seeding. So the best place for that wheat now is going to be in the ground. They're not talking huge rain, maybe 10 to 15 millimeters. So, but spread out over 2 or 3 days. So it's going to slow us down. We won't get finished, but it's that dry out here that anything that's in the ground will definitely benefit from being in the ground, so that it gets that moisture on it after it's been seeded, rather than opening up the ground after it's rained and then losing a bit of that moisture to the atmosphere and that. So that's the plan. Let's get into it. Plus we have had 5-6 millimeters of rain out here, so this stuff that's had stock on it, it will soften it up a bit, as you saw in the last episode when I was seeding that, although that was bloody tight. But it is the 17th of June today, for your reference, so it's definitely getting late. But it's funny because 2021 and 2022, I think we didn't finish seeding until like the 25th of June, just with the late breaks and that. So look, it's late enough, but it's not as late as what we finished in previous years, and those years were great years. So look, there's still plenty of hope for the season. That's nice, that's the wrong bearing. How awesome. How has that happened? That is going to put a dampener on your day, Henry. I do not understand how these parts are wrong. Like, we always keep these bearings on the shelf and we go in with the part numbers and we order new ones. I'm a little bit annoyed at the moment. So I said at the start of the year that I was going to run a tally for incorrect spare parts. So I think right now we're sitting at 7 or 8 times that we've ordered parts and we've got the incorrect parts. And if we go back over it, it was the nozzles for the sprayer, so there was one. We had 4 attempts at trying to get the hydraulic cylinder for the bar, so there was 3 there. Dad got the wrong brake pads for the Louis gong, he got the wrong seal kits for the calipers for the Louis gong. We had a breakdown on the loader, the gear selector, the mechanic came out, they had the wrong parts there. So look, I feel like I'm missing some as well, but yeah, look, honestly, I think just about every time we've ordered parts this year, we've got the wrong part. I'm not kidding either. I think just about every time. Ah, man, if you didn't laugh, you'd cry, but it's extremely frustrating. Like right now, I got work to do. What am I going to do? I'm running back 20 minutes to town to see whether I can get hold of the right bloody bearing. Anyway, is what it is. That is just a stupid saying as well, isn't it? Is what it is. I am not sure what size bearings I had, but they were most certainly wrong. But we got the right ones now. It's just cost me 1.5 hours in time, but it is what it is. So I'm just getting a couple of things organised now, because I was thinking that I'd be coming back this way, but since this has caused me to come back this way prematurely, Dad's going to bring the sprayer out and hopefully he might be able to bring the truck out, so I don't know whether I'll be coming back this way at all. So I'm just going to organise a couple of things while I'm back here. While I'm doing that, I'll throw a bit of water into the sprayer so that goes out there with some water in it. We'd probably have enough out there, but not sure, so we'll just take a little bit out there just to make sure. But anyway, it's sort of thrown my plans out a little bit this morning, so I'll get some food and some water and stuff, and yeah, we'll see. I might not have the opportunity to come back this way today until late, so I'll just make sure I'm organised when I go out there now. Yeah, no worries. Well guys, let's go and have another crack at this and see if we can't get something happening. But I mean, in good news, it seems like I'm going to have Dad a bit more today than what I was thinking. The way he was talking yesterday was he was going to be pretty tied up with all those sheep around home in the containment yards, but I think he's, yeah, sort of on top of what he needs to do there at the moment. So look, a lot of those ewes are pregnant at the moment, and it's really not ideal having them in containment yards and having them on hay and grain in there. It's, yeah, look, they look good, they look beautiful and healthy and fat, but they just, they kind of get really soft being in there, and he's had to be putting like lick feed and stuff out to them now, so they're getting a bit of the trace elements and stuff. So, but what can you do? Like, yeah, it's time consuming, it's hard work, but there's not a blade of grass out in the paddock, so we've just got to spend the time now and yeah, make sure they're good and healthy, and hopefully we get a bit more rain this week and we can get them out onto pasture. Oh, look at that. Isn't that a bit better? Actually fits on the shaft and doesn't flop around. It has been a chilly old start to the morning here, I tell you guys what. I've got a few bolts here I think I need to change. Like this one here is broken. So I'll just have a look and see what's the go. I got all those nuts from the same place in the same bin, and one's a different size. Same thread, different size. Makes sense, I guess. Alright, the vanes are on there, the bearing's on there. The vanes are bent, but who really cares? We'll fix that when we get it back home. Might just need to nip up this belt, I think, and then I'm done. The old hot wire jobby. There's that old ratchet strap I was looking for. I reckon Dad's got one exactly like that on one of his utes, and I bet you it's come out the back of his ute here at some stage, and I'm the lucky finder of the treasure. Yeet! Alright guys, to the next drama of the day, and like I think I said in the last episode, it always happens when you're as far away from home as you can possibly be. So I don't know if you can see this tine right here. Well, it's a little bent. The point's really badly bent, and I think the whole thing's slightly out of line from what I can see. Doesn't look like it's tracking right with the press wheel. Must have given that a tweak yesterday. Which bozo was driving, hey? But I think while I'm here, I might just try and loosen off some of these bolts. Looks like the whole thing is actually pivoted slightly, if you can see the sort of witness mark. So might crack these bolts, just see if I can align this back up again. We'll put a new point on there. That's just about knackered anyway, that one, and it's bent like a banana. So we'll see if we can straighten this out, and then we're going to jump in the spreader. I think that'll be all it needs. I'll just jump down and have a look. It might just be that it's shifted on the bolts and it's not actually that bent. We'll have a look here. Yeah, that's kind of brought it back right into alignment, so we might have been lucky there. Maybe it's just the point and giving it a bit of a tweak. I'll nip those bolts up and we'll see how it's tracking when we put her in the ground. Sorry about the rudimentary tools. I don't have a lot with me, so I'm just doing what I can with what I got. Well, that is looking a lot better. Whether it's perfect or not, I doubt it, but yeah, it should be right to get us through this last bit. Spreading time. Now, my apologies guys, because after I spread that bit of gypsum, started spreading that bit of gypsum, the GoPro went flat and the battery that I had was also flat. It didn't charge on the charger last night for whatever reason. So anyway, I have come back, I've grabbed the sprayer, Dad's gone out in the truck, he's going to fill up the air seeder with seed and fur, and then he's going to jump in the spreader and do that last load of gypsum that's there. I'll start spraying, and then once he's finished with the gypsum, he'll hop in the tractor and start seeding while I finish spraying. Sound like a plan? It's a plan. You guys will see. Let's get after it. Dad's filling up the air seeder now. He's already spread the gypsum, so he's probably going to be waiting for me, but that's alright. Dad's just running a little bit of diesel into the tractor down there and he'll get underway. We are about 35,000 litres through this tank, so we'll get about 50 hectares, and this paddock's about 55, so we're not quite going to get it done, but that's alright. I did go down and cut a bit out at the bottom on the flat ground down there. That's a bit of a triangle down there, and that way Dad can start down there, get a bit of weight out of the air seeder before we come up and battle the hill. But anyway, it is an absolutely gorgeous day for spraying. Overcast, gentle breeze. Looks like that change that's coming in, bringing us hopefully a bit of rain, is already starting to roll through, so hopefully it'll hold out long enough that we can finish this paddock, but we're not going to say no to rain. Alright, we're empty. We'll go back and fill up, finish this paddock off, and then I'm probably going to sit in the tractor for a fair while tonight, I would imagine. Alright, let's jump back in the saddle. Neighbours are out doing a bit of rolling. They just finished seeding a paddock next to us. She just barely squeezes in here. It's nice though, at least you can get it under cover. Paperwork's filled out. We'll go down and do a swap out with Dad. Oh, there's a nice bit of wire here. Yeet! Now I was a little bit worried that, yeah, we're going to get caught with a bit of rain tomorrow, but they've backed it right off. It was 1 to 5 mil and they've backed it off to 0 to 1. Because that's just the way this year's rolling, so I don't think we'll have too much drama getting this paddock finished tomorrow. So look, I'll punch in a few hours tonight. We'll try and run that air seeder down, and then yeah, we'll come back in the morning. If there's saying a couple of showers in the morning, just wait till they clear, and then yeah, we'll run out and top up with seed and fert and finish him off. And then yeah, look, Wednesday, Thursday are the days we're looking a lot better for rain, but it's still not much. 2 to 8, 1 to 5 millimeters, that is. So nothing fancy there, but that'll be enough. You know, if we could scrape together another 10 mil, that'll get all the crops up out the ground and they'll be away. They'll be fully germinated, I think, off that, which is exactly what we need. I'm really quite surprised how much moisture there is under there. This paddock had sub-zero growing on it last year. That's a brassica, kind of like canola, but it's really hardy stuff, good sheep feed, and it will grow all year, and it did. All the summer rains we got, so it just tends to suck this moisture profile pretty dang dry. And when you're coming off a dry year and you're in another dry year at this stage, yeah, it doesn't fill you with a lot of hope for what you can grow on it. But anyway, Dad wanted wheat in here, so Dad gets wheat. You can hear the 8370 working. She's tough work out here. This paddock is hard as well. Looks like hard work.
Hard work?
Yeah.
Here?
Yeah.
Pulling all right?
So at this stage, we will have the rain finally moving into South Australia mid next week with that long wave, and then into the eastern states.
Well, you guys might not believe it, but it is actually spotting with rain right now. Not that you would be able to tell because the GoPro is shocking in low light conditions, but I had a quick look at the radar and yeah, sure enough, there's something drifting over right now. I think it's coming through a bit earlier than what they were originally saying, but there's also a lot less in it than what they were saying. But I don't know about you guys, but I am getting hungry. So I think at the end of this run, it's going to be time to get out and do a seed check, put some dinner on. John Deere, bravo! They got this awesome little mesh like heat shield over the exhaust manifold, and it's just perfect for putting some food in alfoil and letting it warm up. You probably only need a millimetre or two and it would make the back road pretty sticky.
Yeah, it's still spotting a bit in places.
Yeah,
on the way back, I've had the wipers on a couple of times.
Alright, I can't take it anymore. It's time to eat. Did get my knuckle when I was trying to get one of those out. I don't know if you guys can see much, but wow, that is toasty warm. And what we have here is some homemade sausage rolls and pasties that we got from the local markets yesterday. Well, kind of local. We're locals at Warabra because, you know, we got land over there, so obviously. And yeah, a little bit of tomato sauce to go on top. You beauty. The perfect amount of time on that exhaust manifold, just beautifully warmed through. It's a little bit wintry out there. Not that you guys will be able to see it, but it is showering with rain. Probably the biggest one we've had all night. Well, I wouldn't be surprised if there's been a millimetre or two of rain out there while I've been seeding here, but my calculations are telling me, not that I can see the bottom yet, but that fertiliser should probably run out in about 5 hectares time, I think, so might be time for my ride home to come and collect me. Well folks, that there is my ride. So I'm going to call it a day, and with that I'm going to call it a video. So I just wanted to say thank you to everyone for watching the videos. We really do appreciate it. If you want to support the channel or you want to see more videos, just consider liking and subscribing because that really helps us out. You guys have yourselves a good one. Until next time, see ya.